faster, to get stronger. One thing is for certain, I will never be outworked.
Enough?
Never.
All right.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the
goal. We reset, and TJ Santata has it for the Vikings. Santata brings it right past two defenders. Look at this speed in the open ice. Santata, great stick handling, great shot. Here's Carlotti, in the end zone. It is caught. Charge. Good for the pass. Here's a shot right in front. Score!
And that is a base hit. The run will score. And
freshman Polachek gets the strike.
Anthony Grosso is going to make sure that the Wolfpack fans go home happy.
Olsen, Grosso for three. He got it! Ah!
Good evening from Central Park of Morris County here in Morris Township, New Jersey, and coverage of UPSL soccer here on the Cabras YouTube channel powered by Morris Sussex Sports, where we may or may not have a match between Cabras FC and Xolos, New Jersey. David Hessigan here with Lloyd Wilson. And Lloyd, before we even talk about the matchup, because we may not have to, let's go through the situation here. At this point, we are still finding out if we will have a game here today. Cabras are set to go, the number 3 seed in the division. But at the moment, we are trying to figure out if Xolos, New Jersey, have enough players to play the match at this point. They need 9.
And I ran over there, obviously, for those that are tuning in. I ran over there prior to this game being started. I talked to one of the officials. They said that they had enough. But as you can see, as I will tilt the camera, you can see the officials now talking and seeing if this game will still be going on. I believe that they have enough. I don't think the official would have told me they didn't.
It was, apparently the number was at 8.
And they're still warming up. So I think we're having a game here tonight.
Well, we will find out momentarily. If 9 players are not there for Xolos, this game will be a forfeit win for Cabras in their final game of the season. As 2 Xolos players are coming out toward the officials, but everyone else staying near the bench at this point. We were not given a roster for them. We have the names, but no numbers. So sadly, it's going to be Cabras related here, but looks like we are going to have a coin toss, and looks like we are going to have a start in what is going to be a truly lopsided affair between Cabras and Xolos, New Jersey. From the count I'm seeing here, I believe they do have exactly 9, none of which that I can see are a goalkeeper.
Yeesh, now that is that is already, I mean, that's the game in itself as well.
Yeah.
You need someone to defend home.
Well, it looks like one of the players is actually going to change into a goalie kit right now. Offer on the sides. We're going to be a little delayed here, and that doesn't help with the weather. At the moment, it is humid, but it is dry. We had some showers roll through this afternoon, some thunderstorms. We are seeing lightning to our north, however, not in the path of the facility here. And so we will be keeping an eye on that. Just to give you a lowdown on how this is going to work. If there is lightning, it will be a 30-minute delay, and the lights here will shut off at 11:15 p.m. However, the UPSL does allow a match that has been played for 70 minutes to be official. So if there is one delay, and then we can restart, this match will count. However, the longer we delay in this game getting started, the slimmer those chances become. This game means nothing to Xolos, New Jersey. They are mid-bottom of the standings in the division. Cabras sit third here in this final game with still a chance to host a home playoff match. If they have to win this game today, which if it's 11v9 for the entire game, seems pretty likely. But they also need some help. They need a loss from FTFA Gunners in their game against LDUQ Elite in order to get a home playoff game. Playoffs are assured, though, for Cabras. The question is, will they be home or away?
And obviously you want to play on your home field, and that's the worst part about sports. And your destiny's in someone else's hands. And
Absolutely, yeah.
Their destiny in terms of having home field advantage.
Yeah.
The fact that they're able to make the playoffs is still a great accomplishment.
Well, and this team is finally starting to click on all cylinders offensively as well. 9 goals in their last 2 games, that 5-3 win on the road against Pasco, and then just a few days ago, a 4-1 win against New Jersey Alliance. That team only came to the match with 14 players, but at least they could put 11 on the field. But Cabras absolutely demolished them, putting 4 past them, including a hat trick from Christian Mayorga, the leading scorer. So he will be the danger man here. He gets the start again tonight. But right now, we're still very much in a holding pattern of whether or not this game is going to go ahead.
And the fact that you said they at least need 9 is still not enough for those on the field.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, it's just the bare minimum just to have a game started, but you're still at a disadvantage, obviously, player-wise.
You don't have a designated keeper. It looks like they've had to change shorts on a couple of players to make sure that they're all wearing dark shorts, because that's another part of the league rules. They've had to put a non-goalie in a goalie kit at this point. And now the question is, what is Cabras going to do about this? Do they go 11v9 here? Do they do the sporting thing and go 9v9, which is, I mean, that's completely up to them if they want to do that.
I understand, and, from the Cabras point of view, you're looking at, as you just mentioned, you're trying to get a win.
Yeah.
And every win towards the end of the season helps. Again, as you mentioned, Afro mentioned that you still need a loss from another team to secure the home advantage. What did you say, a loss?
Looks like some of the Cabras players are loaning some extra shin guards.
Oh, wow.
To a couple of the Xolos players, so this is...
But then you did say towards the bottom of the they're towards the bottom of the seating, so we could see that they probably weren't prepared to come into this one mentally.
Or, in fact, physically, because there's only 9 players on the field. There are no subs, but with the referees walking out here, at least for now, we're going to get this match started. It's going to be very interesting to see. Again, we don't even have a numbered roster for Xolos, New Jersey. So, unfortunately, it's going to be generalizations for them as we go along. We do have the Cabras lineup and formation, though. So that's all set to go. Let's go through it. Miguel Marin gets the start in goal, the number 0. The back line of Mateo Ladino, Juan Geraldo, Brian Osorio, and Andy Rodriguez. Ernie Calle and Ben Godoy get in the midfield. Christian Mayorga, along with Kevin Lopez and Jonathan Gomez in the attacking midfield. And Ray Ramos gets the start as the striker in this one. And this is, well...
This is going to be an interesting one.
This is something, quite frankly, I have never seen. I have never seen a game start lopsided like this, but the league rules are the league rules. There is the minimum out there. There's 9 for Xolos, so we will play. But again,
Lightning also to our west.
yeah, the question is, how long are we going to play? A lot of the Lightning that we are seeing is to the north. That is past us. But anything out to the west, we'll keep an eye out. There's a chance of something rolling through about 9:30, 9:45 or so. But we are underway here.
But just from a football perspective, again, you have the man-up advantage if you're the Cabras. How you're able to play this game is already to your advantage when coming into certain sets. How do you want to attack? And also, obviously, the defensive end where there's not a lot of strikers or attackers from the other side that can really make a dent within the defense.
Yeah, it makes things, if anything, more awkward because you're more likely to fall asleep, you know, if you're playing 11v9 because you're not expecting any sort of attack, but there's still players out there that can put the ball in the back of the net. So you have to still play your game as that throw-in is intercepted and taken down with a foul, or at least according to the linesman, but no call. And so Xolos maybe getting a no call there out of a little bit of pity.
And look at this, the interesting part about this so far, the goalie for Xolos doesn't have any goalie gloves. He's out there barehanded.
Jeez, this is, yeah. No, not even, I mean, that's old school.
And it's old school, but then it's also dangerous on his part.
Yeah.
If you get a heat-seeking missile right down.
Well, here's a chance for one at the top of the 18. Cabras looking to finish this early. I mean, it might be finished already. This is Godoy. Goes out wide, a little bit too far, though, for Christian Mayorga. But again, you know, from a Cabras point of view, this is a mentality thing as well because you line up against a team that literally has 9 players on the field. The coaches are, you know, not really coaching either on the other side. It's hard to keep that mental sharpness to say, hey, let's get a couple of goals and, you know, and finish this off because it might honestly only take one for this game to be over.
Yeah.
But you still have to take that seriously enough to do it and get that accomplished. As this one goes through and a good opportunity now. Here goes Cabras the other way and a foul. Is it a penalty? No, just outside the area. And a free kick for Cabras early on here. They scored 3 minutes into their last match, and a yellow card comes out to one of the Xolos players. Again, we did not receive a roster here. It was brought in late. Some of the players actually arrived 3 minutes before start time, just as we went live. But a yellow card issued to one of the visitors. And a free kick here for Cabras to try to get on the board quickly here.
And for the Xolos goalie, you just need to make sure that your fingers and hands spaced out to at least cushion this ball that's coming in because it only takes one finger pointed out for you to get a seriously bad jam. That's why having the gloves are so important.
I mean, he's almost has to go into a wide receiver mentality from American football is really what he has to do. But you know, I mean, the technique is the same, but
just have to have open palms.
Well, here comes a chance. The free kick, a shot, and a goal. It's a beauty. Golazo to the side netting, and there's the opener for Cabras. Kevin Lopez makes it 1-0.
Just an incredible shot, great trajectory, and nothing but net, as we would say in basketball. But this one to the right side, almost the downstairs corner of the net. And just great trajectory, but also great power.
I mean,
from one of the best goal scorers on this Cabra squad.
And I'll be honest, even if you had a full-time goalie in net and he dove for that, I don't know if he's stopping it. That was a beautiful free kick around the wall from Kevin Lopez. And Cabras has their lead, and now the question is, where will it finish? As here they come again into the attack. They've got the one.
As you mentioned just recently before, it only takes one goal. This may only take one goal. And from a Cabras mentality, you're just trying to get out of here injury-free, obviously, and essentially prepare yourself for the postseason.
As here comes Cabras again on the attack. Battled for theirs. Some of the Xolos players try to get it away, but here comes Cabras down the wing. They cut inside, but eventually knocked off the ball, and will go the other way, but not for long. I mean, at this point, the center backs for Xolos are just kind of there for the scenery of the game.
And for the Cabras goalie, he's pretty much taking the night off. If the Xolos players can't get it on the Cabras side of the field.
Yeah, no, it's it's
a very interesting evening for.
That's a very diplomatic way to put it there, Lloyd. Very diplomatic.
Because now we got some action on the other side for the Xolos.
Well, they got across midfield, but a turnover there is Cabras could literally double team 2 players and still have everybody covered. And see they come the other way, trying to cut through is Christian Mayorga, but knocked out of play for a throw-in. And Cabras will take that. We will try to get a roster for Xolos in terms of numbers.
Halftime would possibly be the best option.
Well, we do have our main man on the far side over there, Roberto, as it's 2-0. And just like that, Cabras have doubled the advantage, and I believe that is Kevin Lopez once more.
Going to see the replay here. It's set
Beautiful
in
header.
and a nice header, yeah, right inside.
Beautiful header.
Each goal scored on opposite sides of the goal, or the post rather. And again, with a goalie for Xolos who is not really used to playing the position.
Yeah.
He's already dealt the heavy hand.
I mean, it's I hate to say, well, here comes Xolos the other way and try an attempt at a counterattack, but eventually goes back to Miguel Marin, who plays it out of the back. If you're Miguel Marin, this is your opportunity, if you're a goalie, to dribble upfield and try to do something in this attack. I'll be perfectly blunt with you. I mean,
oh wow, so
you're
going to have the goalie come up and try to get some for this squad.
Well, here comes Cabras looking for a third, coming down the wing, a chance, a shot. What a save made! Down low with the legs. And a save made for Xolos. Well then, there's the goalie instincts.
I'm not surprised he went with his legs and not with his hands, not trying to jam anything.
Well, I mean,
or potentially break a finger. It's very possible when you don't have the gloves.
Well, if you're a goalie that's playing out of position, you're going to do what's natural for you, and then if you're a field player, is a slide tackle for something low. So he just did what he normally does. As this one goes toward the back post, another header, but that one will go wide of the cage. As looks like the coaching staffs are having a discussion on the far side there. As this is
you have to wonder if the conversation even comes up of saying, is this game worth it for one side more than the other?
Well, here comes Cabras once more, all alone, cutting inside, and a beautiful goal from Christian Mayorga. That makes it 3.
And we talked about this at the top of the broadcast. It's already a disadvantage not having a full roster on the field, just a minimum of 9 players for Xolos. We can see now that it's starting to be an advantage, obviously, for the Cabras, and they're taking advantage of it, making it 3-0.
I mean, let's be perfectly blunt about this. And again, we don't ever want to be disrespectful to a team, but there's 9 players on the field for Xolos, and it looks like there's a discussion going on right now.
I think a real conversation has to be held because we don't want anyone, obviously, for just
we don't want anyone to be hurt on the field.
Yeah, it's human purposes. We don't want anyone to be hurt, and there's really no need for something like this to continue.
It's 3-0 inside of 9 minutes. The fact of the matter is, and again, we don't want to be disrespectful to any team we cover, this could end 20-0. And I'm not saying that with any hyperbole. This could literally end 20-0 at this point.
Only because the amount of players on one side is heavily increased.
Yeah.
Heavily increased. That's more of that's a hyperbole.
It's a decent increase in number of players out there for
but
sure.
In terms of the play itself of the sport of football, it just makes it easier for one side to score.
Yeah, it's.
And then defensively, again, if you can double team one person. One player.
Yeah, even like, and obviously we see, it's relatively rare, but on decent number of occasions you'll see a team get a red card and it's 11v10. And even in that situation, if it's 11v10, you can have a competitive match there. We've seen players, teams with 10 men get a goal or two, even come back and get a result out of the match. But when you get to a two-man disadvantage, it's just, it's almost impossible. To even get a foothold in the match. And again, we saw the discussion happening between the two coaching staffs, but this corner gets whipped to the back post, header back across. Cabras maybe can get a little fancy as well, as that one is offside and a free kick for Xolos. But
I would say a moth, because I'm seeing more moths out here. I would like to be a moth in that coach's huddle just a few moments ago and wonder what they were saying about this match. And it had to be the quantity of players that is for one side for Xolos compared to Cabras.
And again, whether or not this game continues. And here's the thing is, obviously, the coaches and the administrators will know more about the league rules and what have you. And again, from what we heard in terms of games delayed by lightning, 70 minutes have to be played. That is the minimum that the league will accept, from what we understand, for it to be an official match. So, according to the letter of the law, they would at least have to play the first half and then another 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
However, and again, you expect Cabras to probably take their foot off the gas a little bit here, because again, you don't want to be unsporting either.
And even put the reserves in.
Yeah.
At a point.
Yeah, exactly. But again, we're 3-0 already inside of 9 minutes, 11v9 with a non-goalie in goal for the other team. Is there a point where, we have mercy rules in high school sports that we cover with Morris Sussex Sports, but this is a professional league, so more than likely that doesn't exist. So it then comes down to, when is the match official? And again, from what we understand, it's 70 minutes is what is needed. As this one is moved forward and the back pass is intercepted. Looks like Danilo Lopez is actually out there. The number 9, he was not listed in the official starting lineup, but he is out there at the moment. So we'll see who is not out there for Cabras, who right now have 2 goals from Kevin Lopez and a third from Christian Mayorga. At this point, it's almost a training exercise for Cabras. It's a practice. As here they come again, charging forward, and a nice save made. The rebound comes out to the edge of the 18. A chance there for Lopez. Blocked. The rebound, and it's in. Danilo Lopez makes it 4. And this one's basically done already.
You could just see the Cabras overpowering Xolos by just the manpower that they have. And it would even be considered a man up. It's just not enough players for one side to just make it a challenge for the Cabras.
Yeah, it's honestly, this resembles more like a pickup game, to be perfectly honest with you. And right now, Cabras have shown up with everybody, and here they come again. They're looking to make an example out of this team right now as they're charging forward. The pass goes wide. Lopez tried to cross it in front, but blocked. And a foul called there and a free kick for Xolos. Looks like it might not be Ramos out there, number 10. Not sure if you can see a number 10 out there, Lloyd, or not for Cabras.
Not at the moment.
So that could have been a misreading on our part, but it looks like it is Danilo Lopez, the number 9 out there, instead of the number 10 of Ray Ramos, at least for now, as Lopez is on the ball here with a goal already. And by the way, no other players have shown up for Xolos. We've been keeping an eye on that as well. It's still just the 9, as that one comes in and it's claimed by the keeper. A 4-0 scoreline already for Cabras as we are in the 15th minute. And a foul and a yellow card, a second yellow card of the game now against Xolos. And
I was just about to mention, if with enough cards.
Yep. There are.
You already know where I was going with that.
There is a minimum. If in the course of this match, Xolos happens to have, it might even be just one. If one player is sent off, that might end it. If not, if it's not 8, it might be 7 in terms of players in the match. But again, every league has different rules and adjustments to these sorts of deals. But as here comes Cabras on the attack, we can give you updates as well on other things that are going on throughout the match. And actually, we have, you mentioned a moth in that coach's huddle, Lloyd, as here comes a chance now for Cabras. A shot gets blocked. Well, we have some intel from one of our sources at Cabras, and again, big thank you to them for having us out here to cover these matches. It's been fantastic. According to our source on the far side, the coaches came to the discussion and asked the ref to shorten the match. It'll be a 45-minute first half, and then it will be just 25 minutes in the second. So it will be that shortened 70-minute match here tonight. As here comes Cabras with another chance, and that one just goes pulled wide. And a goal kick for Xolos. So again, because of the situation, for those of you tuning in late, just 9 players showed up and are available for Xolos here tonight, including a field player in goal. And again, we didn't even get a numbered roster for them before this match. But because of that, the coaches have agreed with the officials that this game will be played to the minimum length that a match can be played, as that one skips by our camera.
Looks like they wanted me to join in the game.
Passing to Lloyd Wilson. This is Wilson. But this match will only be 70 minutes. As here they come again. Cabras. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. They're 4-0 up, 2 men up. This win is basically all but secured unless something truly, I don't even know what the word is to use. If something ridiculous happens.
I was going to go outside of the sport and say Duck Dynasty like.
Anything. But here comes Cabras once again. Charging forward. We will get to the sponsors in just a second. This one goes wide. A chance for Gomez. Shot looking for the top corner was Jonathan Gomez, just high.
I thought he had the initial shot on that right wing, just inside the 18, but he decided to go inside to then go back inside for the shot, try to hit that left top corner.
Clearly likes that left foot, Jonathan Gomez, as that goes out of play and a throw-in.
That is also a factor, too. If you're a righty or lefty and it's on your right side, you want to essentially go back to your strong side. But in a game like this, you should want to practice the opposite foot.
As it goes with another long-distance shot, and a beautiful goal! Top corner, and it's a hat trick for Kevin Lopez inside of 19 minutes, and it's 5-0.
We talked about him a little bit at the top of this broadcast. One of the best goal scorers for this Cabras squad. In a game where essentially they've been running away with it, the Cabras. He said, I got to get mine too. Why not increase the stat pad just a little bit?
Well, it's Christian Mayorga who had the big couple of games, the last couple, but now it's Kevin Lopez's turn to get on the score sheet, his 3rd of the night. As Cabras will get things going again through Rodriguez. And here's the thing, the other part of the 11v9 is you're given more space to try those outside shots and really take your time. That's a couple now we've seen from Cabras from very long range that have found the back of the net. And again, that's another one. I don't know if if Xolos even had a keeper, whether that's stopped or not. That's another beautiful shot. As here they go at the top of the 18 once more. Lopez, toe poke, goes a little bit wide. Looks like he got that off the side. As the keeper's all the way out of his net and just playing as a field player there. Cabras with a chance to make it 6, and it's headed away. And they'll try to control it here. Cabras still on it, and now eventually cleared. Again, Cabras FC would like to thank their sponsors. They want to thank 111 Bar and Kitchen in Dover. And a great save there from the field player. in goal.
He's out there trying his hardest, and you got to just give nothing but kudos to the effort and the grit he's out there with. No gloves, no equipment, nothing but heart.
As this one comes across, and you can hear from the crowd, and it's still a fantastic crowd despite the possibility of weather out here tonight supporting Cabras FC.
I think the humidity has really helped. If it was windy and chilly, I think the number would have changed a little bit, as this one, ooh, just outside.
Just wide again as Lopez looks for his fourth, but you can tell when certain players are getting on the ball, they want them to shoot. So there are certainly some fan favorites here. They want to get on the score sheet in the regular season finale. But again, to thank more of those sponsors for Cabras FC, they want to thank Tony and Vinny's Bakery for the team meals that they have provided all season long, and a big thank you for Resilient Athletics for the athletic training services at all of their home matches. So a big thank you to them. And again, don't forget, folks, that the tryouts for the fall men's first team will be happening next month as Cabras have another chance here, and that's blocked. Go to cabrasfc.com for all the information on tryouts, and a kick save made. And so now Xolos will move forward here. And again, with these kind of conditions, I think the Cabras players are kind of happy they don't have to run a ton here in this heat and humidity, because it would certainly not be comfortable in these conditions. I mean,
we did talk about that. For the Cabras point of view, you want to just get out of here unscathed, and get yourself ready for the postseason. It will be even to a point where, in that second half that you mentioned, we're going to continue to play the entire first half, and then 25 minutes into the second, you got to believe that 25 minutes will go to all the reserves.
And again, they basically even know their opponent. It sounds like it will be FTFA Gunners. As here comes Godoy coming through. 1-2 to Godoy, and he finishes it off. Make it 6 for Cabras. Godoy scores, and it is 6-0.
Again, as you said, just it being a professional league, there will be no mercy rule, more likely. So they're going to have to play this game in its entirety. And for Xolos, it's almost demoralizing in a sense to just have goals scored on you, and there's really nothing that you can do from a quantity perspective.
Yeah, it's
from a player's perspective. You just don't have enough players to match up to even get on the Cabras side of the field to challenge them defensively.
And I mean, it's got to be said too. Full credit to the Xolos players that are here, and they are trying, they are playing, and they are trying. But for those players that are out there, they have to be a little bit disappointed with their teammates who clearly were supposed to show up tonight and didn't. I mean, we were about 30 minutes before kickoff, and there were 3 players here. A bunch of them showed up about 10 minutes before the match. So, again, you wonder if that was maybe a scheduling mishap, that players didn't realize the match was happening even, as that's offside. But, again, there are 9 players on the field for Xolos. And credit to the referee, he's still playing the game and calling the game as it should be. He's given out 2 yellow cards already. He's diligent with his offsides and where they're going to be. But again, the biggest question now is, will we have a delay? And by the way, just behind the goal over there, looks like something out of Boca Juniors or River Plate. We've got a couple of young fans that have climbed the fence over there. Looks like something out of Argentina. And again, just fantastic support still, though, for Cabras, despite what is clearly already a win. As they cut through here, this is Lopez once more. Lopez with a swerving shot that nearly found the top corner.
It's essentially almost a fadeaway as he's veering to his right and trying to split that ball in between 2 defenders. And as you can see, the trajectory of the ball had a lot of power, just not low enough for it to get inside the net.
As there's just as much scoring here as there has been, in Harrison, New Jersey. New York Red Bulls 4-0 winners over Atlanta United tonight. Goals from Edelman, Caceres, and a pair from Frankie Amaya, as that's a flag goes up for an offside call there. as Xolos played the high line there, but 4-0 Red Bulls over Atlanta. That's a massive win for them, as the offense may be starting to wake up on the red side of New York. It was desolate for a while, I can tell you that.
As long as they're better than Philadelphia.
Well,
I have this grudge against Philadelphia. I don't know what it is, but I cannot stand it.
You are wearing a Giant sweatshirt, so that could be part of it. Here's a chance and a shot and a goal! And it's Jonathan Gomez who's on the score sheet now. It's 7. Meanwhile, down the sideline, by the way, the unofficial mascot is doing some sort of cartwheel on the side for every goal scored. So the fans are just still very much entertained.
I haven't been able to see that with the net.
It's down on the far side over there, just on the other side of the fence.
Well, I'm glad they're having good vibes on the other side.
And it's, 7-0. 26 minutes in.
And look at this. We're going to get a goalie change or a fielder change. So the goalies are going to switch positions. The fielder will come in. We can't really say goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper who was at that position will now be playing as a defender.
Yeah.
And then the defender will now take over as the goalkeeper.
And again, we were not even given a numbered roster for Xolos, with their team showing up as late as they were, but to whoever that young man is who took over and volunteered basically to step up and be in goal.
Truly a volunteer job.
Yeah, full credit to you for taking that responsibility, as that shot from Lopez goes over the top.
He put his fingers on the line.
Yeah, and well, now it's one of his teammates' responsibility, as Xolos will go down the right-hand side here.
As you were mentioning that some of the Cabras players were giving shin guards and equipment to Xolos, no one thought about giving the goalie some goalie gloves? Or is that more of a, salty or...
That's a handball there on that cross and a free kick for Cabras.
Is that more a salty gesture because, no, you should have brought your own?
That is more of, here comes Cabras the other way. 3-on-2. As they charge forward, good defensive play there, though, from Xolos, the number 5, I believe. But, no, that's more of because the gloves eventually do mold to your hands. So if you've got somebody else's hands that you're trying to fit the gloves to your own, it can be a little bit loose in there. It's very similar to a hockey catching glove, actually, in that way. So, it's not the overall goal of the product, but that is what happens over time. So if you had a pair of goalie gloves if one of the goalies for Cabras had a brand new set of gloves, they would probably have given them to you. But if they're fully broken in and molded away, that one goes off the post. As that is a slip from Mayorga and takes a deflection, a corner kick. Fans having fun ribbing their own team here. As again, playoffs guaranteed for Cabras as of the win on Wednesday against NJ Alliance. As they go for the bicycle kick there, they're trying to set it up, Lopez. But that one is clipped away, another corner kick as we're into the 29th minute here. 7-0 for the 11-man Cabras against 9-man Xolos. And no, there hasn't been 2 red cards in this game, folks. That's how many players they actually have for Xolos, New Jersey. And again, something else to keep in mind for the soccer landscape, because again, this match will be ending early. For those of you joining us late, after a discussion between the 2 coaches, the full first half will be played, and then the second half will only be 25 minutes. The league minimum for an official match is 70. So after discussion between the coaches, especially with the number disparity here, non-goalies in goal for Xolos, they will only play 70 minutes. That also means, though, that I'll be able to catch at least partially the opening match of the Gold Cup, which is coming up tonight from Chicago. Kicking off at about 10:09 local Eastern time, I should say. Here comes Cabras in again. Nice challenge.
So not only calling it, but watching the sport as well. Always learning.
Well, the U.S. men's national team will open the tournament, the hosts, taking on Jamaica in their opening game tonight in the competition. Men's national team also, the second game will be against St. Kitts and Nevis, their first ever appearance in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. First ever matchup between those two nations as well. That's game number 2 for the USA. And then the third match in the group will be Trinidad and Tobago. So a very Caribbean flavor to the U.S. group for the Gold Cup. Not without its challenges, though. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago separately have given U.S. men's national team problems in the past. As here comes Godoy. The pass comes through. A chance, a shot, and a goal. And it is 8-0 now. A muted celebration for Cabras.
They've known what it was the minute this match had started. They're the advantage, obviously, with a man up. Just not enough for Xolos to respond or to even, you know, essentially compete. All their energy is being used on the defensive end just to not have Cabras score, which they've been doing successfully all night.
Yep.
And it's hard to get, again, on the other side of the field for Xolos to even return the flavor, if you would say.
I think they've crossed midfield 4 times tonight, I'm pretty sure. Is that one? Now they're getting in their own way on long balls. I believe that was Christian Mayorga who scored that goal, I believe, as that one goes wide of the cage. Great run-through, though, by Godoy to set him up for that goal. 8-0, 32nd minute here. As Xolos will get things restarted here. And again, this is the second different position player that Xolos has been forced to put in net tonight. No goalkeeper showed up for them for this match. As here comes Cabras once again. Godoy leaves it, top of the 18, shot, and did it go over? No, it was saved off the line. There's a bit of a ironic cheer coming from the fans to our left. As Cabras, again, we were wondering how seriously they were going to take this when it was 11v9, when we figured out that was going to be what it was going to be tonight, but they have more than put their foot on the throttle. They want to make a statement here and hopefully get as many people on the score sheet as possible. As they get the ball back once more. And here's the thing, Xolos, again, they showed up with 9 players. They barely had the minimum. That is the minimum to start the match. And we haven't even seen any players show up for them on their bench. So it's not like they can just throw players on either. So
moments ago, the reserves for the Cabras, they were taking a little light jog behind the benches just to get themselves warmed up. More likely, as we talked about, they will be in the game for the rest of this match.
Yeah, we'll
after
see.
The halftime.
I mean, honestly, probably going to see 6 substitutions, more than likely, as they try for a 1-2 here. Christian Mayorga with a chance, crossbar. This one laid off to the center. Another shot and another goal. Cabras just dominant as they put another one home. And I believe that's once again Kevin Lopez. That's his 4th of the night.
I'm seeing now the GOAT getting those cartwheels in.
I'll tell you what, I don't think whoever's in that suit realized how much of a workout they're going to be doing when this night began. Oh yeah, I hope whoever's in that mascot. I have been a mascot several times in my life. Once as a seal.
Oh really?
Once as a potato.
A potato?
Yes, that was the main event mascot race for the Portland Sea Dogs up in Portland, Maine, the Red Sox AA affiliate. Met Mookie Betts while I was up there, by the way.
Look at that.
But
meeting a legend.
I can tell you from experience, it does not matter what the temperature is. You can add about 40 degrees in those costumes.
Ooh.
And even one like is being worn over there, which is very light in comparison to some of the ones I've worn, that person is still very uncomfortable. So I hope whoever's in that suit is getting hydrated regularly. They don't have much time between chances, as there's another one just wide from distance from Godoy.
Well beyond the 18.
At this point, they're just shooting from 25 yards and just seeing where it goes. This is, 9-0 basically says it all, and we are still have 10 minutes to play in this half. And at this point, Xolos are just trying to get anything. They've gotten over the halfway line a couple times in the last 5 minutes, but they're leaving 2 players in defense now. So there's another chance and another goal. Make it 10. And I believe that is once again Christian Mayorga.
You did say this game could be 20-0. We're already halfway there, and we're not even at halftime just yet.
Yep, Christian Mayorga with his hat trick now. As the cartwheels continue to our left. Again, I don't think there's any way whoever's in the mascot costume knew that was going to be the case tonight. They are certainly getting their practice for their cartwheels. If they are a gymnast, I'm sure their coach will be very pleased.
The mascots have to get ready for the postseason, too.
Most important part of the team for the postseason, let's be perfectly honest here.
And for Xolos, they're missing almost essentially one of the most important positions, the goalkeeper.
I thought you were about to say mascot there for a second.
Well, they definitely need one. I think the mascot might have taken a night off as well.
Xolos, of course, the parent club. That's a rocket of a shot that hits off the side. And now here comes Xolos on the attack.
Okay.
Laid toward the top of the 18, but again, the numbers game intercepts that pass. But Xolos, one of the...
And you could see the disparity, too. Like, there's nothing but white jerseys around for the Cabras compared to Xolos.
It's 5v2.
I've only saw 2 red jerseys in the mix.
Gomez lays it off, and now this is just a clinic. Yeah, that's another goal. And it's Lopez. And at this point, I hope this isn't they're taking this out on the mascot. I really hope they actually like whoever's in that suit, because they literally just got their drink of water and now are going right back out to do 11 cartwheels.
And you could see just the life being sucked out for Xolos, essentially toying with the goalie. It was a 2-on-1 fast break, and it was just playing footsies at that point. He crossing you over, dicing you up.
Oh, they've changed to doing the worm over there, by the way. They're doing the worm and not the cartwheel anymore.
I'm pretty sure you were able to do that as a SEAL.
Well, I was not the full-time mascot at Portland, but the guy who was the full-time actually could do that. They had plenty of dance moves down, including the dirty dancing lift, I can tell you, with one of the members of staff.
Dirty dancing lift.
Which, with a mascot head that size, difficult.
Is it a move that is like a secret?
Well, no, it's the lift from the famous movie of
over
the top.
All right, gotcha.
The mascot is not the one doing the lifting. The mascot is the one over the top. So when you have a top-heavy character.
Okay. Well, whoever was the one raising him up was a true soldier.
That's a free kick here for Xolos. Going into the rest of the Gold Cup, by the way. Moving on to Group B, which will kick off tomorrow. Mexico, that is Mexico's group. They're in there with Haiti, Honduras, and Qatar. Upheaval for El Tri as they have just replaced their manager after just 4 months and 7 competitive matches. They made a change at national team coach there. So here comes Cabras the other direction. A chance moving forward. No fouls as the referee, as this will go out for a goal kick. Group C might be the toughest group of the bunch. That featuring Costa Rica, Panama, El Salvador, and Martinique in that one. That is Group C. Group D featuring Canada, Guatemala, Cuba, and Guadeloupe. Again, that tournament kicks off tonight. 10:09 Eastern time, so just about approaching kickoff for the U.S. men's national team off of their Nations League victory over Canada. Different roster, of course, for this one. Here goes a chance, and it's 2-0 at this point, and it's another goal for Danilo Lopez. And
the life is just being sucked out.
Well,
and the coaches, there's nothing the coaches can do at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure if the coaches could, they would end this match right now. But if there's a league minimum to this match being played and completed, which is 70 minutes, guess what? We're going to have to play 70 minutes. Like, that's how it goes unless the referee steps in and says, no more, we're done with this. We are almost through the first half, 40 minutes played, 12 goals on the scoreboard for Cabras. And again, thank you for joining us here for our live stream tonight, powered by More Sussex Sports. If you want to have your event on our airwaves, we do not exclusively do high school sports. We, as you can see, will definitely travel, and we will cover showcases, semi-pro soccer, as we have here developmental soccer. Also covering Morris Elites teams out in Newark, as this one comes across. Another chance, misses the corner, stays in. Bicycle kick over the top and chaos there, but no 13th goal, as Xolos will just try to get it upfield, but that's intercepted. But if you want to see your event here on More Sussex Sports, if you want us to come out and do your game, I'm sure either myself or Lloyd will not mind the travel wherever that is. Contact George Muha, george@moresussexsports.com for more information. And again, a big thank you to Cabras FC for having us out for these games. It has been, honestly, just a pleasure to be involved with this organization to support local sports here in northern New Jersey. As Cabras off to the postseason, we're hoping we can get one more game here for the live stream. And again, if you want more information on Cabras FC, cabrasfc.com is the place to go. Tryouts for the fall first team will be coming up next month. Keep an eye on social media and the club website for all of the latest information on those tryouts, and come be a part of this fantastic community club here at Cabras FC. As that one is headed away, as we're into the 42nd minute now. Do not adjust your set. 12-0 is the score, and looking to get another one here. Gomez cuts it inside, trying for a one-on-one. Little stylish, but offside. Again, we talked about it. Credit to a lot of people out here for just having this game go, and credit to the officials for, hey, you're still doing your jobs. Because it would be very easy to just say, well, let's just get this over with. But they've called it down the line, down to the letter of the law, as they're going to end the first half early. So that is the first half done. It's what you would expect if it was 11-9. 12-0 Cabras. We will take a break. A shortened second half coming up after this break on Cabras YouTube channel, powered by More Sussex Sports.
Choosing a college is a big, big, big deal. But I know I started right, because CCM is in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school,
like me,
exploring career options,
Like me.
or seeking lifelong learning,
Like me.
make CCM your choice. Like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage, Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
Is it time for you to replace your roof? Well, give Hadco Builders in Chester, New Jersey a call. They've built an amazing reputation over the past 30 years as one of New Jersey's top builders. Hadco will replace your roof the right way at a super fair price and usually get the job done by the time you come home from work. Call or text Tony to get a quote today at 973-818-8516 or visit them at hadcobuilders.com.
Hey, don't you just love it when Morris Sussex Sports broadcasts your games? Or do you prefer a silent, motion-detecting camera just following the movement on the court? Let's face it, the only real way to watch your favorite team is through Morris Sussex Sports' award-winning service that brings you play-by-play commentary, live instant replays, cool cinematic graphics, real-time scoreboard, fun fan engagement, and much, much more. Plus, all of our broadcasts are free to watch. Grandparents can easily pull it up on their smart TVs, and alumni can watch from all over the world. So, if you want to reserve us, have your games broadcasted the Morris Sussex Sports way, then just reach out to me, George Muha, at george@morrissussexsports.com, or call or text me at 973-713-5944. Do your glory days as a high school athlete feel far behind you? Are memories of being out there competing so clear that you can feel it? But then reality sets in and your stiff back, achy knees, and painful shoulders remind you that it's been years or even decades since you could move that way. Don't worry, the team at Better with Physical Therapy's one-on-one customized care can help you feel and move better again. Their specialists will find the cause of what's slowing you down and build a plan that will help you realize that your glory days are still ahead of you. You can get better with Physical Therapy located in the Madison YMCA. Request an appointment today at betterwithpt.com.
I was born fast. Parisi made me faster.
I thought I could jump. Parisi brought me to new heights.
I wasn't always quick. Parisi made me lightning fast.
Strength was never my strength. Parisi changed all that.
I would say we're back for the second half, but we're here to say that the match is over. The referees have talked to the coaches, and this game has been called. And it will be a victory for Cabras. It's 12-0. Now the question is, will it stay as 12-0 or will it technically count as a forfeit? It does not matter, but Cabras will be ending their season with a win. Now the question is, what is the result of the Gunners on the other side to see if they will be back here at home for the first round?
Only thing we have to do is wait and see. As we talked about another team's destiny, well, Cabras able to make the postseason, but in regards to them having home field advantage, something we would have to wait and see.
Well, it's 4 goals from Kevin Lopez, 3 goals from Danilo Lopez, 3 goals from Christian Mayorga, and then goals from Jonathan Gomez and Benjamin Godoy that make the difference here. And again, for those of you who missed it, just 9 players showed up for Xolos for this match. They played with it. They tried their hardest without a single goalkeeper, in fact. But the referees have decided and the coaches have decided that enough is enough. And so Cabras will end their season, the regular season at least, with a 12-0, unofficially at this point, victory over New Jersey Xolos. So that will do it for us. Again, Cabras would like to thank their sponsors, 111 Bar and Kitchen in Dover, Tony and Vinny's Bakeries for the team meals, and Resilient Athletics for the athletic training services provided all season long. And a big thank you to them for supporting local soccer. For our producer, Kelly Barta, for Lloyd Wilson, my color commentator, I have been David Hasshagen. This game is finished, 12-0 to Cabras, here on the Cabras YouTube channel, powered by More Sussex Sports. Good night, everybody.